Therapy came into my life along with my husband.
Shall I go? Sorry. All right, okay. I think Emma saw therapy as something I did.
The thought of it, I think, is a fantastic thing for people that need it. I didn't think I needed it. And then lo and behold. First session.
Bang! In this new series, we are meeting people who are struggling, like all of us, to deal with what life has thrown at them.
Hi, Anjali.
Hi.
Whether you're seeking therapy or not, what's so amazing about this is you will get a real service from this program.
Hello. Hi, Mona. Hello. Come in, take a seat.
You've got 4 very different therapists who are going to have such different knowledge and different expertise.
You see somebody that's really struggling with something, and they go in feeling one way and will come out with so much more hope.
As we progress through life, we build up this scaffolding, like, I'm this, don't cry, don't show weakness, all this stuff, which is so not helpful.
I think there is talking on a surface level, but there's actually a lot going on inside, and you suddenly get in a room with somebody who is qualified to understand how the brain works. I am meeting Fatimata today. Never met her before. She's one of our brilliant therapists. I remember the first time going and I was just like, I was so nervous. I didn't know what I was going to talk about. I didn't know what I would really get out of it. I'm a super anxious person and I have no idea why. But I like answers. I'm like, but why am I anxious? What's happened to make me anxious?
You know, it's probably part of the reason why you're so successful is that anxiety keeps you, you know, I don't know, like disciplined and, you know, really lovely with people and, you know, like trying really hard and, you know, all of these things. Yeah, but it comes at a cost, you know? Everything comes at a cost. So whatever you have, you kind of have to understand what the downsides of it are.
When I first heard about the show, I was quite surprised that people were going to be willing to do it. It's such a personal thing. You know, so letting a camera film that is a massive deal.
By the end of 6 weeks, what do you want to have achieved?
To live a normal life.
There's so many things that have held me back.
I seem to be doing an awful lot of things okay, instead of doing anything well.
I mean, I've been through hell.
There's so many things that so quickly go through my head.
Whilst you're driving?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you drive here today?
No. No.
I want you to try training your brain to stop thinking. It's ridiculous, but it works.
Okay.
It works.
Yeah.
It takes courage, doesn't it, to address what is painful.
It's very easy to go, you should just be able to deal with something, but how can you if you don't know how? I am off to meet Owen O'Kane, who is a therapist who's doing the show with us, and he is actually, coincidentally, my therapist. I haven't seen Owen for months. I can't wait to get back in the room with him.
Hello.
Hey, hi. Good to see you. Very good, man. Very good. How are you? You all right? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Yeah, you look good too.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Yeah. I remember coming on the first session with you. I was driving to you. I was going, what am I doing? What am I going to say?
Yeah.
I'd had lots of therapy in the past, but it was all very targeted to stop using drugs.
Yeah.
You know, I was literally going there going, how do I stop taking drugs? You know,
Kind of more kind of survival.
it was survival, absolutely. I first had therapy when I went to rehab. When I say therapy, it was drugs counselling. So it's a very specific thing. I was like, I can't stop taking drugs. Please help me to stop taking drugs. Coming to see you was very different. And I didn't come there with any real agenda, you know, which was a very strange thing because normally I think we think of therapy and we go, oh, I'm struggling with this, I need to go.
Well, we found an agenda quickly enough then.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like within the first session, it kind of really dawned on me why I was there. As time progressed and as sobriety progressed, I found other problems popping up in my life that weren't necessarily drug related. And I was like, what's this? Why do I do that? You know, why am I struggling with this? I thought the drunken using version of me was the one I was trying to get rid of. But actually it was the much earlier version of myself that I really was ashamed of.
And I guess what people do is they then disown parts of self. And if you're going to disown parts of self, then you're going to suffer and you're going to struggle.
I think when you spend so long with a kind of feeling of self-loathing and like parts of yourself that you really don't want to show, you know, or that you hate yourself for even feeling, you've got to understand it's going to be part of you, but it doesn't have to restrict you. It can't be understated, you know, the difference that kind of stuff can have.
But you worked hard. I mean, to be fair, you were willing. I mean, this is what I found really exciting about this documentary, that people then get to see that this is not just a chat, a conversation, it's a proper understanding the mechanics of the human mind, understanding the mechanics of emotions. And I think what we're doing here is different.
Thanks, Ash. I'll switch to the other one if that's okay, just for a couple of shots.
A lot of thought has gone into making the room feel comfortable. And so to film it, the crew designed a set which allows everything to be filmed through two-way mirrors. You will not see a camera in sight when you're in the therapy room. You will know you're being filmed, but you'll walk in there and you'll be able to completely be absorbed in the session.
How would you sum it up for you?
I would like to say terrifying, because it's terrifying for me to look inside myself.
When we do that as human beings, I mean, not only does it change the way we're thinking, but it changes our mood and our emotional state. You know, and that goes for us too as therapists. You know, sometimes, you know, we don't sit here as all-knowing, all-wise individuals. You know, you see all of life doing this job. My first bit of therapy was in my early 20s.
Right.
You know, I was in Northern Ireland at the time, some conflict around sexuality. I was coming out and a mate of mine said, why don't you go and talk to someone that might be useful? So first time I go, walk up and I realise suddenly I'm in a convent. I knock on the door and this nun opens the door and I thought,
this is not what I'm looking for right now.
This is kind of not.
I've got to say some stuff that you're maybe not going to agree with.
Anyway, so I politely went in and I did a lot of niceties.
Yeah.
I'm good, yeah, I'm fine. And about 20 minutes in, she said to me, you keep telling me that you're fine. And she said, I hope you're not offended, but you look sad.
Right.
And the minute she said it, it was kind of like I disintegrated. I felt, you know, like this internal collapse because she'd cornered me.
Yeah.
And then I said to her, well, look, I'm really struggling with sexuality and I think I might be gay. And then she suddenly, she sighed and her shoulders dropped and she said, is that it?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to tell me you'd murdered someone.
Yeah.
So it was a breakthrough.
Yeah.
In some ways, because I thought, okay, well, if this Irish Catholic nun can be okay with this, well then maybe I can be okay with it. So
wow.
In the past, I used to think, oh, I need to be perfect and, you know, I need to be a particular way. I've now got much better thinking, actually, you just need to be as you are, really.
Yeah. That's the biggest thing I learned. You know, if I'm honest, is being okay with myself. I think this show has the power to really show people what therapy is and what it isn't.
Hello, first day of filming. Yes.
Emma and I will be out on the road meeting people away from the therapy room to find out what impact it's having on their lives.
Hi.
I have come to Essex to meet Hannah and her mum Stacey. I'm literally about to go in.
Hello. Casey's just started therapy and he's a couple of sessions in.
They've been really open and welcoming.
It's about finding what works for you. Yeah.
To be able to see them throughout that process, it's amazing.
Knowing yourself a little bit better, like getting to know who you are, why you react the way you react, and maybe where that's coming from. And if those reactions don't serve you, what you can do to kind of change that. Why wouldn't everyone want that?
Maybe someone's watching that thinks very much like I did. As much as we all want to be that strong person that just gets up and cracks on, sometimes you just need to open up, and just opening up a little bit can make you feel so much lighter.
Yeah.